Alright, let's listen to lesson 2 and answer some questions, okay? Okay, let's listen to the textbook.
Part 1. Many of you probably know what this animal is, but you may not know much about it. This animal lives in the rainforests of Central and South America and spends almost all of the day hanging from or lying on a branch without moving much. When it does move, it moves unbelievably slowly, so the creature got the name of sloth, which means being lazy. Western European explorers discovered the sloth in the 16th century. They came to look down on it because they thought it was lazy. Even the scientists of that time, who should have been more objective, had the same impression. Since then, and until recently, it has had a reputation for being lazy, thick-headed, and useless. It has even been described as an evolutionary failure. Although the sloth acquired the label of a lazy animal in the West, the native people living in the rainforests think of it as a good friend. Why is there such a big difference in perception of this animal? The answer lies in the interesting life of the sloth.
How does the sloth spend most of the day? It spends most of the day hanging from or lying on a branch without moving much. What kind of reputation has the sloth had until recently? It has had a reputation for being lazy, thick-headed, and useless. What do the native people in the forest consider the sloth to be? They consider it to be as a good friend. Okay, keep on listening.
Part 2. A sloth is awakened by the sun's rays after a night in the high branches of a tree. It lives high in the trees for a good reason. Unusual among mammals, the sloth isn't warm-blooded. Its body temperature varies with the environment. If the sloth doesn't warm up in the sun, its body temperature reaches only 30 degrees Celsius, and most of its body functions stop. The sloth needs the sun's heat to be active. As the sloth's body temperature starts to rise, it realizes it's hungry. It starts moving very slowly to find its breakfast. It eats only 3 large leaves, 7 to 8 grams, once a day, and seems to be full. Having finished its only meal for the day, the sloth hangs from a branch quietly to digest its food. Believe it or not, the sloth doesn't move at all for about 20 hours. The sloth can live on tiny amounts of food because the sun's heat helps to maintain its body temperature. It makes good use of solar energy and has an energy-efficient lifestyle.
In what way is the sloth different from many other mammals? In that it is not warm-blooded, in that its body temperature varies with the environment. How much does the sloth eat a day? It eats only 3 large leaves, 7 to 8 grams a day. How can the sloth live on tiny amount of food? It uses the sun's heat to maintain its body temperature. It makes good use of solar energy and has an energy-efficient lifestyle. Okay, keep on listening.
Part 3. One afternoon, the sloth starts to come down from the tree. It's moving a little faster than it usually does. Reaching the ground, it makes a shallow hole at the base of the tree with its tail and puts its droppings into it. It covers the hole with dead leaves and then starts to climb back up the tree again. While doing all this, the sloth might be attacked or eaten by one of its many enemies, jaguars, eagles, and large snakes. Why does the sloth take such a big risk? Thanks to recent scientific research, it has become clear that there is a good reason for this behavior. Burying droppings helps to fertilize the sloth's food source, the tree it lives in. In fact, the sloth gives back to the tree about 50% of the nutritional value of the leaves it has eaten. The sloth is only acting instinctively, but it is doing something important for the environment. The tree needs the sloth, just as the sloth needs the tree. The sloth and the tree live side by side in the forest.
What is the danger to sloth when it is on the ground? It might be attacked or eaten by one of its many enemies, jaguar, eagles, and large snakes. What does the sloth help the tree? It helps the tree by burying its drops at the base of the tree. It gives back to the tree about 50% of the nutrition value of the leaves it has eaten. Okay, keep on listening.
Part 4. All animals have evolved by adapting to harsh environments. Some animals have evolved to become faster than other animals. Other animals have become stronger. Even though the sloth is slow and weak, it has survived by having an energy-efficient lifestyle in harmony with the forest where it lives. Some people say the sloth belongs to the losers of evolutionary history, but this isn't true. It actually has larger populations than most of the other mammals in the rainforests, and it has existed on this planet for 30 million years. Surely, it must be called a winner of the natural world. The sloth is a peaceful animal, always quiet, never bothering anyone, never fighting with anyone, say the members of an Amazon tribe. The easygoing sloth is loved by them. According to one journalist, the sloth is called the guy in the forest by the native people in the rainforests of Brazil. Now, if you were asked to give this animal your own name, what would it be?
How has the sloth survived in harsh environment? It has survived by having an energy-sufficient life in harmony with the forest where it lives. Why does the author think the sloth is a winner of the natural world? Because it has larger populations than most of other mammals in the forest, and it has existed on planet for 30 million years. How do the native people in the rainforest of Brazil describe the sloth? They describe it as the guy in the forest. Okay, see you soon. Goodbye.